You ever hear a story so wild you gotta sit back and wonder how people survive this world with a straight face? Yeah, that's what happened to me out here in the pine scrub mountains of central Nevada, where peace and quiet are supposed to be a birthright, not something you have to fight for. See, I'm Travis Holden, ex-Marine gunsmith, born stubborn, and the last person you want to play legal hopscotch with on land that's been in my family since the Depression. Folks out here, we keep to ourselves. My old man built this cabin, and his father before him laid down the first stones. This patch of wild is more than land. It's legacy, blood, sweat, and not for sale at any price. That's why when a bunch of clipboard-toting, vest-wearing strangers rolled up at my gate with the HOA logo stamped on their SUV, I damn near choked on my coffee. The first sign was just that, a literal sign stuck on the access road I'd graveled myself 2 summers ago. Silver Elk Reserve Community Zone beyond this point. Sounded official, looked expensive, meant nothing to me. I figured it was just some camper with too much time and paint, until I ran into Riley, the cashier at the only general store in town, who asked if I was letting the HOA folks use your place for their summit weekend. You know that feeling when you realize you've walked into someone else's joke and the punchline is you. That was me, standing there with my hands full of coffee filters and rifle rounds, staring at her like she'd grown a second head. Turns out some bright spark at the Silver Elk HOA had posted on Facebook that my cabin was part of their mountain hospitality circuit. I sped back up that mountain like my truck was on fire, half expecting to find my porch crowded with yoga mats and folding chairs. But no, not yet. Just the same old place, empty, silent, like nothing had changed. Except I knew better. The next morning, the real circus arrived, 3 HOA goons in matching vests and sunglasses cruising up my drive in a white SUV, acting like they were rolling up on a crime scene, not a private retreat. Community Use Task Force. Their vests read like they were some kind of suburban SWAT team. Clipboard guy introduced himself like a meter reader, rattling off about temporary residential access under HOA protocol. His partner with the tablet started reading from a script. You'll be hosting a delegation for 72 hours. Don't worry, we have insurance. I actually laughed, couldn't help it. This land isn't part of any HOA, never was. Never will be, I told them. That didn't faze them. Clipboard guy started in about access roads and provisional community guidelines, acting like using a gravel path was a blood pact with bureaucracy. I told him where he could put his bylaws, gave him 5 seconds to back off, and just for good measure walked out with my Remington slung easy on my shoulder. Didn't aim, didn't need to. Their confidence vanished real quick. But you know how it goes, a bully doesn't back down when the first door slams. That night, scrolling through Facebook, I saw a big, fat thank you post from the HOA, complete with a photo of my porch dressed up for their outreach program, and there it was, in black and white. Thanks to Mr. Holden for voluntarily hosting Voluntarily My Ass. My phone started buzzing with neighbors congratulating me for being such a team player. I wanted to throw the thing into the creek. Then came the break-in. I'd been gone half a day for supplies, came back to find the gate open, the front door ajar, and the cabin looking like a frat house had tried and failed to clean up after itself. Beer bottles, chip bags, muddy boots, my old man's photo knocked sideways, and on the kitchen table a glossy welcome packet with a full weekend's itinerary naming me as host site alpha. There was even a red Silver Elk baseball cap left like a calling card. Later, my trail cam footage caught the clipboard guy, a new face with a party backpack, and Karen Westford herself, the HOA president, laughing on my porch, popping beers, acting like they owned the place. The sheriff's dispatcher was polite but useless. No one wants to get in the middle of a civil matter, not unless there's blood or bodies. But I'm not built to sit and stew. Next morning, I rigged up every drone camera and motion sensor I had. Then I called in the cavalry, my old buddy Matt, a PI who'd rather chase down crooks than talk about his ex-wives, Jesse, the sharpest lawyer this side of Reno, and Ryan, the only guy in the state land department who hates HOA shenanigans more than I do. That's when things got wild. Matt dug up dirt. Turns out Silver Elk HOA had filed to reclassify a bunch of parcels on Bearjaw Ridge as community assets if the owners didn't actively use them. They were using my cabin as precedent, hoping if no one pushed back, they could do it to everyone. And Karen, she'd already bragged about it in internal emails, which a whistleblower Deborah handed over to Matt. The real turning point was the outreach weekend, when a convoy of Silver Elk SUVs and a minivan full of Patagonia-wearing civilians rolled up and pitched a whole tent city on the edge of my land. Tents, banners, guitars, yoga sessions. It was like they'd built a Whole Foods commune on my doorstep. A county deputy finally sided with me, told Karen to pack it up. She smiled, nodded, waited for him to leave, and then cranked up the music. They wanted me to blow up to snap, give them video gold of the angry veteran losing it. I didn't. I let them party, then cleaned up their mess and documented every inch. From there, the HOA came for my business, filing fake LLC paperwork, noise complaints, even doctored old YouTube videos to paint me as unstable. Meanwhile, Matt traced fake maps, grant applications, $1.2 million in public funds they'd tried to score using my property as a fake community site. Jesse took it straight to court, filing for an injunction, civil and criminal charges, and a restraining order against the entire Silver Elk board. The hearing was a circus. Karen in her beige pantsuit trying to pass it all off as a misunderstanding, her lawyer huffing about community stewardship. Then Ryan from land management dropped the hammer. My property borders a federal conservation corridor, making unauthorized expansion a felony. That sucked the air out of the room. But Karen wasn't done. She chained my gate, left fake federal notices, even signed them with a made-up agent's name. I laughed, burned the evidence, doubled up my security, and let the legal fire keep spreading. Word got out. Neighbors I'd never met started knocking, waving their own HOA notices and trash letters. We organized, filed a class action suit, and let the press run wild with the story. Matt found receipts, emails, even catering orders linking the board to every illegal event. Jesse built a case so airtight the judge barely had to look at the jury. But here's the twist: when the board tried to throw Karen under the bus, claiming it was all her rogue idea, she flipped. Full confession, named every player, admitted to forging compliance logs and personally directing the break-in of my cabin. The jury took 4 hours. Verdict: guilty on all counts. Karen got 16 years, no parole for 8, and the board members were barred for life from any HOA positions. Silver Elk was dissolved, their assets seized, and every penny from the damages went to a legal fund for veterans fighting corrupt HOAs. When the dust settled, I rebuilt the gate myself. Reinforced everything, mounted a sign: hospitality by invitation only. Trespassers will meet Mr. Remington. I got neighbors now, real ones, not clipboard warriors. And when a ranger asked if I'd host another outreach weekend, I laughed so hard I nearly offered him a beer. Funny how it all started with a fake sign and ended with a federal judge. Maybe next time folks will think twice before they let their little empires spill over the fence line. Or maybe not, you tell me. Where's the line between community and tyranny, and who gets to draw it? Drop your thoughts below. Let's see where justice really stands out here in the wild.